25.
President Trump is nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for securing the Israel-Iran ceasefire, bringing a swift end to the 12-day war.
Most of them, I guess almost all of them, are going to be contributing now 5%.
Victory for U.S. President Trump as NATO member states agreed to significantly increase defense spending from 2% to 5% of gross domestic product, GDP, by 2035 at the NATO summit in The Hague, Netherlands.
And the fact that you are now also successful in getting this ceasefire done between Israel and Iran, I really want to commend you for.
NATO chief Mark Rutte praises President Trump for the Israel-Iran ceasefire. He also thanked him for pushing allies to agree to increase their defense spending contributions, saying it wouldn't have happened without him.
We were very close to making a deal on Gaza.
Great progress has been made in Gaza ceasefire talks, says President Trump, raising hopes for a potential ceasefire similar to the Iran-Israel peace deal.
U.S. President Trump calls for the immediate cancellation of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's corruption trial, calling it a witch hunt. He praised the Israeli leader as a wartime hero and said the U.S. would continue to protect him as it did during the conflict with Iran.
Yes, our nuclear installations have been badly damaged.
Iran, Israel, and the U.S. all confirmed that Iran's main nuclear sites were badly damaged by recent airstrikes, setting back its nuclear programs by years.
So what we see is a very important degree of damage.
Iran's nuclear program suffered enormous damage from U.S. and Israeli strikes, says International Atomic Energy Agency Chief Rafael Grossi.
U.S. President Trump demands the firing of CNN reporter Natasha Bertrand for lying about U.S. strikes on Iran, falsely claiming Iran's nuclear sites were only lightly damaged when in reality they were completely obliterated. The president adds that Bertrand previously lied about Hunter Biden's laptop scandal, so she should not be allowed to work at fake news CNN anymore.
On this vote, the yeas are 47, the nays are 53, and the motion is not agreed to.
Victory for President Trump. The U.S. Senate rejects a Democrat-pushed resolution that aimed to limit the president's ability to use military action against Iran without congressional approval. Republicans said this measure would have severely weakened America's geopolitical power and celebrated its rejection.
Russia's economy faces a crisis as banks struggle with bad debts due to 20% interest rates, potentially leading to a recession within a year.
We found thousands of them.
U.S. ICE, or Immigration Customs and Enforcement, rescues thousands of trafficked children who went missing under the Biden administration.
The U.S. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, is investigating Los Angeles County Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez, Democrat, for urging gangs to protect their turf from ICE, Immigration Customs and Enforcement. The controversial video has been deleted, and multiple agencies are calling for her resignation with possible criminal prosecution. Scientists discover over 20 new bat people viruses in China's Yunnan province, including 2 Hennepin viruses that may have human death rates of up to 75%, raising fears of another pandemic.
Over 80,000 people were evacuated after severe flooding in southwest China.
Surat City, Gujarat, India, experiences heavy rain lasting 10 hours, causing severe flooding. Over 100 people were rescued, schools were closed, and transport services were disrupted.
Heavy rains in Wayanad, Kerala, India caused Punapula River to dangerously rise, raising concerns about landslides.
More than 150 fall ill from 40 degrees Celsius extreme heat at Paterson, New Jersey, U.S. high school graduation ceremonies. This was part of a major heat wave affecting several eastern and southern U.S. states.
Colombia. At least 10 are dead and 15 injured in a landslide between Medellin and Bello. Regional officials urge evacuations due to ongoing landslide risks.
Wildfire at Las Vegas, Nevada, U.S.'s Wetlands Park burns over 100 acres or 40 hectares, raising safety fears from residents.
Tropical depression hits southern China 2 weeks after Typhoon Wutip, bringing more rain to a region still reeling from deadly floods 2 weeks ago.
Mysterious light pillars appear in Vietnam's night sky, causing shock on social networks. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, says the lights are a warning that International War King wants to fight this world, and people should change morally so not to be in the list of elimination.
A rare fire rainbow appears in Hong Kong's skies, like a rainbow burning in the sky. Some believe it is a divine message or warning.
Climate change made Raleigh, North Carolina, U.S.'s record-breaking heat 5 times more likely, and summers are now over 2 degrees Celsius hotter than in the 1970s, scientists warn.
African-Mexican communities devastated by Hurricane Eric in mid-June are calling for emergency aid. Advocacy groups say the delayed response to the severe flooding, landslides and power outages in their communities highlights long-standing neglect toward people of African descent in Mexico.
10年ぐらい前とかだったらそれこそ今ぐらいだったらやっぱり梅雨なので かなり雨降ってたんですけれど、今もね、全然梅雨明けたのかなぐらいの暑さです。
Last week's heat wave in Japan, where average temperatures reached their highest in some areas since 1950, would not have been possible without climate change, analysis shows.
Another solar storm hit Earth on June 27, 2025, causing minor radio and GPS, or global positioning system, disruptions. Solar maximum peaks in July, raising risks of severe G3 to G5 storms threatening power grids and health.
Analysis. A super solar storm may disrupt global tech in July 2025 per U.S. space agency NASA, coinciding with Japanese clairvoyant Ryo Tatsuki's prophecy of a global catastrophe. Ms. Tatsuki is credited with accurately predicting events like the 1995 Kobe earthquake, Princess Diana's death, and the 2020 pandemic, giving weight and urgency to her latest prediction. We must prepare not only by stockpiling emergency supplies, but by cultivating mindfulness, moral discipline, and compassion. After 2025, those aligned with love and truth may thrive in a new cycle, while others risk being left behind in a lower vibrational state. Regardless of what happens, humanity must take this opportunity to awaken and reconnect with its inner light.
Warning: solar storm may affect health in July 2025. Scientists say a massive solar storm might affect the whole world in July 2025. It could cause problems with electricity, health, and even money systems. Older people and pregnant women may be more affected. Older adults most at risk include 1. People with heart or blood pressure problems. 2. People who use electronic medical devices like pacemakers. 3. People who often feel anxious or have trouble sleeping. 4. People who live alone. 5. People who need to take medicine at exact times. Possible early signs of trouble. 1. Fast heartbeat or feeling out of breath for no reason. 2. Headaches or dizziness in the morning. 3. Sudden anxiety or trouble falling asleep. Most important, stay calm. Worry and stress can make health worse. Try peaceful activities like prayer, quiet reading, or meditation before bed to relax your mind and body so that you are ready to face whatever happens with calmness and strength. How to stay safe in a solar storm. Stay updated on solar weather forecasts by checking trusted sources like NASA, NOAA, or Vietnam's Space Center. Avoid using phones or electronics too much during strong solar storms. Try to sleep before 2 to 5 a.m. when storm effects are strongest. Do deep breathing for 3 minutes each day to stay calm. Reduce stress through meditation, yoga, reading, or other relaxing activities. Drink plenty of water. Eat healthy foods with antioxidants like fresh fruits rich in vitamins C and E. Turn off phones or devices near your bed at night. Be ready for power outages. Keep flashlights, batteries, and backup power like power banks ready. Have a hand crank or battery-powered radio to get news updates if phones or the internet stop working. Use surge protectors to protect electronics. Save important documents or data in safe places, such as by printing them out using external hard drives or online cloud storage. Prepare emergency bags for yourself and your loved ones, each including flashlights and extra batteries, hand crank or battery-powered radios, bottled water, non-perishable food like canned goods, important medicines, some cash. ATMs may not work. Contact numbers of loved ones. If you live alone, prepare an emergency bag for yourself. Put a sign on your door to let neighbors know if you need help. For families and caregivers, use solar storm alert apps like Space Weather Live or NOAA Space Weather. Set a simple emergency signal like flashing your phone light 3 times to alert other family members if someone is in trouble.
Nearly 70% of tree species will face severe impacts from climate change this century, even under modest warming, study warns. Vulnerable regions include Eurasia, North America, and the Amazon rainforest. Urgent action is needed to protect biodiversity.
Brazilian study finds unborn dolphin calves have toxic metals like mercury and lead in their blood, revealing horrific ocean pollution that threatens animal, people, and human health.
Warning: 6 foods that seem vegan but usually aren't. 1. Worcestershire sauce contains anchovies. Fish people, read the label to be sure. 2. Non-alcoholic beer and wine processed with fish people bladders. Check the label for unfiltered or vegan-friendly, or stick to vegan-friendly brand. 3. White sugar bleached with animal people bones. Opt for packages labeled organic, unrefined, raw, or beet sugar. None of those can legally involve animal people bones, or buy coconut sugar or turbinado instead. 4. Refried beans contain animal people lard, fat. Opt for vegetarian cans and double-check the label for lard, manteca, or bacon grease. 5. Non-dairy creamer contains casein and animal people milk protein. Read the label and avoid if it has casein, caseinate, or milk derivative, or stick to vegan-certified creamers. 6. Red-dyed candy and drinks contain carmine. Made by boiling and grinding up cochineal beetles. Watch for carmine, cochineal, Crimson Lake, Natural Red 4, or E120. Brands that advertise plant-based colors typically use beet, paprika, or berry concentrates instead, and your candy stays insect-free.
Insightful quote of the day. We know what a person thinks, not when he tells us what he thinks, but by his actions. Isaac Bashevis Singer, vegetarian.
For more relevant news from around our planet, please visit suprememastertv.com/news.